Hello, hello. Thank you for your patience. I was working on some technical difficulties. I realized that the link that got sent out was broken. I was notified about that, so I was quickly sending out texts and emails. So hopefully you received those and hopefully you're able to get on. So as you are hopping on, say hello, drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from. And if you don't know me, I am Carrie Marie Vaughn, and I am so grateful to be here to be joining you tonight for this Getting Unstuck webinar. And so the reason why I wanted to do this is because I've been hearing a lot from people of how they are stuck in different areas of their life. Now, the word stuck and being stuck in life can take many different forms and it can mean different things to different people. But generally, as far as what I have seen, generally what that is that in what comes most often, it seems, and even in my own life, is that being stuck is either you're afraid of moving forward in one way or another, maybe out of fear. Maybe you're afraid to step forward into doing something, maybe because it's new or unknown, or maybe you're afraid what people will think. There's a lot of fear that can cause people to just kind of stay stuck in their tracks and not move forward in different areas of their life. Or also, having, making a hard decision, like, or having a hard time making a decision around something, maybe when there's way too many options or different opportunities are coming at you from all different angles and you have all kinds of responsibilities and everything like that. And it's like, I don't know where to go. So then you don't do anything. And I know exactly what that's like. I have been in those areas before in my life. And also being stuck can also mean you're actually doing a lot of things. You're moving, and lots of hard work, but it's not moving the needle at all toward any of your goals. You're not moving forward in any of your goals in any of the areas of your life that you want to improve upon. And you're like, I feel like I'm just busy all the time, but I'm not getting anywhere, right? Like I actually put out a post the other day about feeling like you're on a treadmill. Like when you're on a treadmill, you're just running, but you're not actually going somewhere. You're running in place. And sometimes our life feels like that. And so I completely know what that's like because I have been in each of those different areas of being stuck. And so that's why I use getting unstuck kind of loosely, because it can mean different things in different situations. But the whole point tonight is to give you some pointers and some things that can help you to get unstuck. So first, though, before I begin, first of all, I would love to know, first of all, if you have felt like any of these things before that I have described. So feel free to drop the word yes, like, yeah, I felt like that. Or, so if you have not moved forward or you felt kind of stuck out of fear around something, feel free, you can be honest. And that's actually something I'd like to make sure that we are being super open and kind toward each other. Feel free to leave a message. I am not going to be judgy because I know I have been through all kinds of stuff. And so I'm definitely not going to judge you. And we're all here to support each other. That's the whole point of this. And so if you've ever not moved forward in different areas of your life, or you felt stuck around fear, drop the word fear. Or maybe it's been out of indecision, feel free to drop the word indecision. If you're just not sure how to decide around things, feel free to drop indecision. If it's been both, feel free to drop both. Or if you're like that, like on that treadmill, like running, staying so busy all the time, but you're not getting anywhere in your life, and you're just like feeling like you're still in the same place and you're not improving anything, just drop the word treadmill. Treadmill is a good one, because I feel like, at least for me, I've been through many different stages of my life where I felt like I was on a treadmill, especially when my kids were really young and in so many different things. And I was working and had all these responsibilities. And I feel like I was pulled in all these different directions and I was so busy all the time. Yet I wasn't improving on anything in my life. Like I was barely just making it. And so I know what that feels like. And so, don't feel bad if you have felt like this before. And if not, that's okay. Maybe you just are curious of like, what is this all about? So I'm going to try to share my screen here because I put together some little slides for you for tonight. So let's see if I can do this. Oh, Hang on just a sec. It went into full screen mode and then I couldn't see where to share my screen. So give me a moment. But as I'm doing this, feel free to, if you're just hopping on late, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I am going to go ahead and share my screen here. I believe. Oh no. It's not on here as an available screen to show. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's see. We've got to get here somewhere. Ah, yes, I found it. Okie dokie. Here we go. So give me a thumbs up or something if you can see my screen, or drop a comment, say I can see it. I'm going to go into slideshow mode so that hopefully you can see this a little bit better here. So this was just my my cover thing. So you all know what this is about, right? We're going to be talking about some strategies for immediate change to get you unstuck tonight. So I'm going to move forward here. Again, just a landing page here. So, all right, ready? Are you ready to break free and achieve immediate change in days instead of years? And so that's the thing too, is that sometimes we think that achieving big goals and working toward our goals takes a long time, but it doesn't have to. And I'll tell you a quick story really fast, but I was recently certified as an elite performance coach. And during my certification process at the very end, where at my final 3 days, I went in person to Salt Lake City. And one of the days, well, we had challenges every single day, and challenges that most people would not want to take. But the challenge that we were given the one day is that we were given a certain amount of time, and it was a very short amount of time, by the way, that we needed to go and talk to 5 random people, random strangers, and do something to change their life in 5 minutes or less. So 5 people change their life in 5 minutes or less. And guess what? I did it. It was so scary. I was like, what? You know, here I was. I used to be a very, very shy person. Just the thought of talking to a stranger scares me like crazy, even still some days. I sometimes get a little bit of that self-sabotage, but it's okay because I know that I can do it. And so I have to talk myself through it. But being able to then have that challenge of changing somebody's life in 5 minutes less, I did it though. And what was really cool that came out of that is, wow, change can be fast and it can be easy, and it does not need to take years. Yeah, I might not have completely altered a major part of their life, but I did something to change their life in 5 minutes or less. So I want you to keep this in mind. And I'm going to try to keep this short tonight. I want to respect your time, and I want to make sure that you have change in a short amount of time. So I'm going to be popping over here. And all right. So yes, and this is the important part too. You want that change quick without endless self-analysis or digging up the past, because we hate to have to do that, right? Just straightforward and actionable strategies, right? So are you ready to break free of what's holding you back? Drop a comment, say, yes, I'm ready to break free. You can just drop the word yes, put a hands up emoji, drop a GIF. It will let you. Sometimes it doesn't let you in a video. I don't know why. So let's tackle self-sabotage, mental blocks, distractions, and limiting beliefs together. I am ready. I hope you are too. And so by directly addressing these obstacles, no need for endless processing or therapy. No offense if you go to therapy, because therapy is great, but you don't need to do that necessarily. There are ways of making positive changes in your life without having to spend years and years and years in therapy. Therapy is great for certain things, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I'm just saying that I can help in other ways as well. That can be quick and that you can do on your own, because you want to be empowered. And that's what I love about this, is that I love to be able to give you strategies where you can do things and that you have the power to change on your own. So also, I really want to make sure that you know this. Don't hop off because you want to stay tuned to the end. I am going to give you a special gift just for watching to the end. So I'm going to try to keep it quick. Feel free to pop questions if you want. I'm going to be bopping back and forth to see if you have any questions along the way, because I can't see them on my screen right now while I'm sharing. But if you do have questions, pop them in and I'll hop over. So this is a little bit more about me. So just so that you know a little bit about me, you're like, who is this? Why is she talking about this? Who is she to even be talking about this? So I am, I have been called your guide to transformation and empowerment by some people I've worked with, which is really very kind of them. And I have years of experience in natural and holistic healing, personal development, and breakthrough mastery. And I have also helped clients to increase their income, reignite their health, heal relationships, and start taking action on their goals and get their lives back fast. And it is, oh my goodness, it literally is just so incredible. I absolutely love working with people to help them in these different areas. To see people's wins just makes me so happy. And also, so I have inspired many through my Mom Mantras book, the Daily Affirmation Guide for Mothers of All Kinds. If you have not read it, I would love for you to pick it up. It's on Amazon, and the reason why I wrote that book was because I was using those affirmations for myself. They were absolutely life-changing for me. And so that's why I wrote the book, to help others as well. And also my Holistic Mama Speaks podcast, and also tools and insights for living a happier, healthier, more abundant, and more empowered life. And again, I love empowering people because I don't want you to have to feel like you need somebody else all the time. It's great. I love working with coaches. I'm always working with coaches to level up, but I don't want you to ever have to feel like you need somebody at all times to be able to manage stuff. I want you to have the tools to do it on your own. So I'm going to discuss some successes. I'm going to tell you about some people's stories. And so these successes that we're going to be discussing today are based on real experiences from real people. They are absolutely real. They're people I've worked with. Some of them I've even been blessed to meet in person and hug. And these outcomes sometimes are not guaranteed, and they vary by individual. So I can't say that just because I'm able to help one person with one area doesn't mean I can necessarily help you. You have to be willing and able, and everybody is different. Everybody's situation is different. So success requires commitment and effort. It doesn't just come by itself on a silver platter. Here's your success. So if you are ready to explore new strategies, you might need to strengthen your foundational skills first. So I want you to keep that in mind, is that if you're hearing some of these things and all you keep thinking is, nah, that sounds too good to be true, or that sounds like too much work, or I don't think I can do that, it might mean that you have to start with some basics before you dive into things like this. So that's okay. Totally fine. Everybody is at different levels of their life and along the way on their journey. So that's totally fine. Don't feel bad about that at all. Just give yourself some grace and get started where you need to get started. But if you believe that you are capable, and I know you are, of achieving anything that you set your mind to, then this is the perfect place for you, because I cannot wait to help you get there. All right, here we go. Not sure why this one's blank, but it must be blank on purpose, because I want you to think about that. Do you believe in yourself and your capabilities? Because again, I'm going to keep on mentioning this to you. I am sharing tools with you to empower you to take control of your life. Okay, exciting. All right, so here we go. Oh, and here, perfect. The most powerful asset in anything you want to accomplish in your life is you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to do it. You have to be willing and able, and you are totally capable. I know it. So here we go. But the challenge lies in where you are feeling stuck. It seems like no amount, you can just do all this work. Like we were talking about, that treadmill effect where you're working, and then sometimes you overthink everything. Can you relate to that? Drop a comment if you can relate to overthinking every little thing, because I definitely know what that's like. And it's ridiculous because it completely keeps you stuck. When you overthink every little thing, then you're not moving forward, right? Or if you have a hard time delegating to others, then you're not first addressing the underlying issues. So anyway, let's move on with that. I don't know why I worded it like that. That doesn't really make sense to me right this moment. I was probably reading it wrong because I'm trying to pay more attention to what I'm saying. And what I want you to understand out of this is that you have the ability to do this, but you need to just like get that unstuckness out of there. You know what I mean? Like, don't you want to just like pull this little plug that's in the way so that you can just move forward with ease? So Anyway, maybe you, and maybe this isn't you really, but maybe you have been able to totally rock out in one area of your life. So maybe you've completely been amazing in one area, maybe your job or your business and your finances, or maybe it's your health. You're like in perfect health, but then maybe some of the other areas of your life are crumbling away, or you're stuck and you can't seem to move forward or improve on any of the other areas of your life. And that's totally normal. So don't think that you're weird because of that. You're like, oh, this part of my life over here is amazing. I don't know why all this is like not doing what I wanted to do. That's okay. And sometimes our focus shifts to one area, and then we kind of forget about other things too. So tonight, we're going to be diving into 3 strategies. So only 3. Again, I'm not going to keep you for too long, to start you to break free from feeling stuck. Okay. So this is a start. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be fully broken free of these things. It depends on where you're stuck and in how many areas, but this is going to be a great start. And it'll get you sorry, I lost my words here, but it's going to help to get you. It's funny because my words were stuck. I couldn't get them out of my brain, out of my mouth. But it's going to help to get you unstuck and get rid of that overwhelming feeling in all the different areas of your life. But first, I just wanted to share something with you. So this is from Badra, who I had the pleasure of working with and the honor of working with. Just gonna
I just had an alignment with Carrie Marie, and I came into it not really knowing what to expect. And it was definitely more than I expected. I made a huge shift, and I'm feeling so much more empowered right now. And I'm looking forward to doing this again with her sometime soon. So if you're thinking about it, I definitely recommend it. It was pretty amazing.
That was an incredible session of working with Badra, and I'm super excited to continue working with her. It was so kind of her to leave that testimonial. And I'm so just, I feel so honored to be able to help her in getting her unstuck. And so she is just one of many people who have had major shifts in just a short period of time. And so if Badra can do that, so can you. You can shift from things in your life quickly as well. So let's dive into the first technique to get you started on your unstuck journey. And the first thing is vision mapping. Okay. And so if you did not bring notes, you can always pop back in here and watch this, but I definitely think that you should take notes in this part so that you can start on your vision mapping. You can finish this up after we hop off tonight, but I want to make sure that you get started on this, because the whole point is taking action immediately, doing something immediately, because that's what's been keeping you stuck in some areas, is that you're not taking that action. Okay. So I'd like you to take action right away as we're talking. So vision mapping. So first of all, I want you to just understand that having a vision and reminding yourself of that vision helps to align your daily actions with your bigger life goals. So it makes it easier for you to move forward and to make different decisions based on your bigger vision, based on what it is that's super important to you. Okay. And so vision mapping, I want you to first brainstorm to create a clear and detailed vision of what you want to achieve across various aspects of your life. So I want this to be like a brain dump. I want you to take your notebook and I want you to write down everything that you can think of that you want. This is the time that you can be like super all about you. I know that some of you, if you're like me and you're mom, you're a spouse, you have other responsibilities. Sometimes your whole life is like giving to other people and doing things for other people, and you don't want to ever be selfish. Right now, this activity allows you to be selfish. So have fun with it. I want you to go crazy and write down your vision, how you want to see different aspects of your life. And I have given you some basic categories that you're welcome to use if you want, or kind of go crazy and think of your own. You can even dive deeper into any of these categories and expand more onto others as well. So I've got faith and spirituality, relationships, health and wellness, finances or business, mindset, experiences, and more. And so when I do this activity, first of all, I love doing this activity. It's so fun because you get to dream. You get to really envision yourself doing and being all of these things. Okay. So I want you to really, when you're doing this brainstorming session, I want you to put yourself in that future version of you. Totally envision yourself being in different situations, being in different places in your life, and being with other people. And so, if you think of yourself, if we use faith and spirituality as an example, maybe you want to just have such an incredible relationship with God that you can hear from God, you can talk to God, you can pray, and you don't have to worry about what other people think. You don't have to worry about, oh, I'm not going to be able to hear from God. It's you have that such close relationship. Just picture what that is like. Just envision it. Close your eyes and envision it. And I want you to go through each of these categories and more and think about all these different areas of your life that you want to be. Think of how you want to feel. That's another thing too. When you can tap into how you want to feel, that takes it to another level. Okay. So first do this brainstorming session. And this might take you some time because maybe you haven't really thought about this in a long time or ever. And that's okay if you've never done this before. This is so fun to do. And I like doing it once or twice a year for myself because things change, of course. Maybe what my vision was a year ago is not necessarily my vision now because things have changed in my life. So a year ago, I had more kids at home. Now I have no kids at home. I'm an empty nester. It's crazy. So things have changed and I can envision different things in my life a little bit differently based on the situation. So just letting you know, and I love doing this. This is such a fun activity. So just be creative and be excited about this. Okay. Then what I want you to do based on this, after you've done all your brainstorming, you've written out your vision in all these areas, then I want you to write out very specific goals or you could do both of these things, create a vision board. And then I want you to keep this list of goals and or your vision board. I want you to keep it somewhere visible where you can see it on a regular basis to remind you of what your vision is, to remind you what you are creating in your life. Because this right in itself is going to help jumpstart you. You are going to start getting unstuck immediately. The second you start writing down and brainstorming, you're going to start getting unstuck. But also, the more and more you start feeling and living into these goals of yours and this vision of yours, there's no way you can stay stuck in those different areas anymore because you're just already living it. You've already triggered up those emotions of being that future version of you. So that right there is going to help you to get unstuck in many ways. So I want you to take the time to do this and carve out that time to do this. So I want you to drop a comment. Let me know how that was. And I know you haven't finished it, of course. I didn't give you enough time and I don't want to keep you all night or the next week. It might take you a whole week to put this together as you're thinking about it and putting together a vision board, at least the way I like to do mine. I like to be a little creative because I like crafts and stuff like that. So mine does take a little bit of time. I'm there like finding different pictures I want to use and printing them and cutting them and decorating it so it's all fancy. My vision board's a little bit bliggy, but that's okay because it's me and it makes me happy to see it. So I want you to think of that when you create your vision board. Some people make it very aesthetically pleasing, all the same color tones and sizes of the images and everything like that. So make it whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you tap into that future version of you and the feelings that you have when you are that. Okay. So drop your comment. I'm going to pop over to the comments here so that I can see. And yay. Hey, Carmel, Stacy, Colleen, Heather. Hey, everyone. Awesome. So, and it might be a little bit delayed too. So I might not be able to see your comments immediately. So be sure to drop a comment and let me know what you think of this and how your brainstorming is starting. And then before we move on to the next, let's hear about Jen. Jen is someone else that I had the pleasure of working with. And so she was carrying around the self-sabotaging beliefs that she wasn't enough. For over 20 years, she was carrying this around due to lies that were told to her over and over and over again by someone that she loved and trusted. I can't imagine going through that, but she went through that. And so she thought that she was just not enough. And in one session, we completely cleared that. And this is what she said after. She said, I feel lighter and free, and I truly feel like I am enough. Can you even just imagine what that would feel like? Carrying this thing around for 20 whole years and then all of a sudden being able to let it free. Like what a relief. And I just had the pleasure of helping Jen with that transformation in just one session. It was so incredible. It just makes me feel so happy I could cry. So, if you would like me to personally help you pinpoint exactly what's keeping you stuck, so want to let you know up front, I am taking only 4 applications. Well, I'm taking more applications, but I'm only opening it up to 4 motivated individuals who are absolutely serious about making changes fast in their life. There's an application process to go through because my schedule is very, very limited and I can only take 4 new clients right now. But if you are interested and if you are motivated, you can feel free to fill out the application by going to this on your screen, which is building-upward.com/coaching. I'm going to actually see if I can pop it in a comment here that might make it easier so you can click on it. Let's see if I'm able to do that. I should have prepped this ahead of time, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready with links. Or somebody else could pop it in a comment for me if they want. Let's see how fast I can type. Aha, okay, I got it up. Cool. All right, so feel free to click on that if you want. I'll actually see if I can, oh, it's having trouble, it says, showing something. Oh, there we go. All right, so now it's up on the screen because I'm going to be flipping my screen here. So feel free to apply if you are willing and ready and able to move quickly with your goals. I mean, literally, we do stuff in one session. So now on to the next technique to continue you on your journey to getting unstuck. And so this part is called incremental planning. And I want to make sure that you know that planning incrementally, and I'll get into this in a little bit, but it reduces the feeling of being stuck or overwhelmed. And so I don't know about you, but sometimes when you think about, have you ever heard that saying about, rather than look at the whole entire staircase, so picture this big, huge, long, like never ending staircase, just focus on the first step. Or you could never eat an elephant, or, like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I would never eat an elephant, first of all, but it's just like, when you think about the whole thing, you're like, whoa, that's so overwhelming. And that's what we have in life, of like, where there's all of this stuff to do, all of these things that are coming at us in all the different directions, that it can cause us to become overwhelmed. And so by planning incrementally, rather than get overwhelmed, it helps us to have small, achievable action steps and also small wins, which accumulate. And then all of a sudden you've made significant achievements, which is amazing. Big things are going to happen. And so incremental planning, let's dive in here. So now that you have had your big goals and visions, and you may not be done with it, and that's okay, but I want to make sure to give you the next step of what you do. After you have your big goals, you have your vision board, I want you to break those big goals down into smaller goals and manageable tasks and action steps. So things you can actually do. Okay, so sometimes we have big goals, and I'll give you an example of a big goal that sometimes people have is, I want to be happier, or they have a big goal of, I want to have a loving relationship, or I want to lose weight. That's not specific enough, and it's not actionable. Okay, none of those things are actionable. So if you take those goals, and of course, I'm just using those as an example, what can you do to take action toward those things where you would know it was true? Okay. So, what would make you feel happier? How would you know you're happier? How would you know that that's true? What is the proof that you would need to see that you're happier? So think about that. Okay. What would need to happen? Maybe you would be doing more things that you enjoy doing, or seeing the people, or being around the people that you enjoy doing, or doing less of things that you don't want to do. Okay. So now you have some things that you can work on. So now it's like, okay, I need to make a plan and take action on taking away, like delegating or making sure other people are doing the things that I don't care to do, and carving out and prioritizing time for the things I do want to do. Or making a point to every week reach out to somebody that I love and invite them to go do something with me, if that's what makes you happy. So think about all of those different things, like carve out time to actually go do the things that you love, if that's what makes you happy. So think about what are the actions, okay? So if you want to be in a more loving relationship with somebody, think about what are the actions that you could take. Maybe, I mean, in this, and I'm just going to use like a spousal relationship, but it could be anything. But plan a date night. You could do it weekly or bi-weekly, but schedule it and prioritize it. Make a plan for it. Maybe you have different things that you do where you leave different little like love notes places, or tell the person how much you appreciate them. And it should be actions on you. And so if whatever your goals are involve other people, don't expect other people to do the things. This is all on you. So even if, yes, you want somebody else to be loving to you, or you want somebody else to do something for you, you have to take the first action. The more that you start working on doing the right thing, the more that others around you, the energy and the vibration that you have will be completely different. And others around you will either they'll start to do the same types of things because it feels good and it looks good, or maybe some of those people don't need to be in your life anymore. And so just keeping that in mind. But then, so let's just say your plan is to lose weight. Your goal is to lose weight. Okay, so first, how much do you want to lose? Or maybe it's not the actual pounds, but maybe you want to be in a certain size, or maybe you want to fit into a certain dress or outfit, or maybe there's like a seat that you want to sit in that you can't right now, whatever it might be, whatever that means to you. Like, what is that? Or maybe you just want to be a little bit more mobile. Okay, so what does that look like? What are actions that you can start taking? So maybe it's working with a nutritionalist, or figuring out a different meal plan so that you're eating healthier. Maybe it's going grocery shopping and meal prepping so you have healthier food in your fridge. Maybe it's making a point to stay a little bit more active, parking farther away in the parking lots of places, or sticking in an extra walk here and there with a friend, or going somewhere to do an actual fitness class, whatever it looks like to you. And maybe it's taking certain supplements, whatever it is, make sure that there are specific action steps that are doable. Does that make sense? So if that makes sense, drop a comment, say, yep, makes sense. Then I want you to schedule these tasks and action steps into your planner. Okay, so you need to actually put them in the planner or set up reminders to make sure that they happen. Because if not, then you're going to stay in that stuck period, right? You're going to stay stuck in those different areas. You're not going to be moving forward or moving the needle in any of those aspects of your life that you want to improve upon, and toward those goals that you just worked on, the big vision that you're working on and creating this vision board around, or your big list of goals around. You're not going to be able to move forward on any of those if you don't schedule in the action steps to achieve those. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you are scheduling it in. And you know what? Almost everybody has smartphones these days. You can literally set yourself up with reminders like that. I could say, hey, Siri, remind me at 9:00 p.m. to brush my teeth. That's just an example.
Okay, I've added brush my.
So that's just an example. I'm obviously going to brush my teeth at 9:00 apparently, but you know what I mean. You can't use things as an excuse that you can't do things, because we have so much technology. We have physical written planners, we have digital planners and Google calendars and our phones that can remind us about anything. And so you need to just make the plan. So tell Siri or whomever else that you have living in your phone to schedule in these things so that you start taking action on your goals, because they're your goals. Why not? If you take time and energy on all these other things in life, on like nonsense things for the most part, like how many times have we scrolled on social media or done things that were basically a waste of our time? So rather than take the time to do those things, we should be taking time to do the things that we want to do, that are for our goals. We can be selfish a little bit. Okay. Go back to that a little bit. We're going to be selfish a little. All right. So, what do you think of that? How was that? Is that something that you are excited about? Does it make you a little scared? Drop a comment. Let me know how that was. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Oh, what's so weird is it's showing that I'm in here twice. Oh, thanks so much, Heather, for dropping that. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So now before we move on to the next, let's hear a little bit about Dawn. So Dawn felt stuck and was afraid to share her story. She had a story to share, but she was afraid to share it. But she did know, I want to make sure that you know this, that her story could help change other people's lives. But she was just afraid to share. So in one session, we completely cleared that. And she was no longer feeling stuck. She was no longer feeling afraid. And she says, Carrie Marie helped me step out of my comfort zone to reach new heights in my life. That makes me so happy. And she inspired me to be able to share my story with openness. I'm so proud of her. I love hearing her story, and she is impacting so many people by sharing it now. So, do you want to get unstuck even faster than by doing these things that we're talking about tonight? So, as I mentioned before, the spots are very limited to work with me one-on-one for personalized strategy and cellular alignment sessions. So, I walk people through step by step. We work on things together, one-on-one, not in a group setting, not a webinar like this. We see each other one-on-one. And so, as I said, I'm only opening it up to 4 people right now because I only have 4 more spots in my schedule. And so to apply to see if you qualify, you can go to building-upward.com/coaching. Also, you could join one of our group coaching programs at building-upward.com/ELA. So feel free to take a peek at that. And don't forget, again, to stay tuned to the end for your gift for attending. Want to make sure that you remember that. So now onto the last technique. So here we go. Last one of the night to continue you on your journey to getting unstuck. And this is called mindfulness and reflection. And so practicing mindfulness and reflection, it enhances our self-awareness. So it helps us to become more aware of us and who we are. And it also can uncover some subconscious barriers. So some things that might be holding us back. And also it will help to facilitate personal growth and problem solving, which is awesome. We all want that, right? So that we don't continue to be stuck. So here we go, mindfulness and reflection. So I want you to schedule in, as you're doing your scheduling, the last step, I want you to schedule in time daily for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So not very long at all. Okay, 10 to 15 minutes to pray and or meditate specifically around your vision. So if you want to pray and meditate otherwise, that's fine. But I want you to specifically pray and or meditate around your vision and your goals. And what is coming up when you go to take action. So anytime you're feeling yourself feel a little stuck or overwhelmed or whatever that feeling is that comes up, I want you to pray about that, meditate around that, because you might get some answers. You might get some answers to why it is that you are getting stuck or why you're feeling overwhelmed. And that will help you to overcome that. And then also schedule in time for journal writing to reflect on your prayer and meditation time. So if right after you're done with your prayer and meditation time, journal about it. What came up? What was uncovered for you? Or now how do you feel based on that prayer and meditation session? Because reflecting on how things are, also reflecting on how things are going on your goals, but reflecting on things is so important because it helps us to also see, hey, we've been making some progress. Even if it seems like we're kind of at a standstill, reflecting on things, and especially when you can look back in your journal for several times, it's like, oh, maybe a week ago or a month ago or something like that. You can look back and you're like, wow, I was really struggling with that back then. I kind of forgot about that because I like sailed right through that. And now I'm doing all of these awesome things. So it's always, and I'll mention really quick, I didn't put it in here, but a really great book to grab if you're up for reading a book, especially the audiobook version, The Gap and the Gain. Such an awesome book. It's a couple guys, Dan Sullivan and forgetting the other author's name right off the top of my head, but the two of them write this book about focusing on the gains in your life, not the gap, not where you're lacking, but the gains, how far you've come, how much you've achieved, all of that kind of stuff. So super good book, especially if you find yourself being a little negative Nelly. All right, so go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about that prayer, meditation, reflection. And I'm going to be popping up a little word from Christine, who I had the pleasure of working with just yesterday, actually.
My name is Christine Lunsford, and I got to just spend some time with Carrie Marie. I get to coach in a kingdom leadership program, and starting in a couple days. And I was terrified. Felt it in the pit of my gut, felt it in my chest, back of my head was hurting. And Carrie Marie walked me through the alignment and took me from a 4 to a 10. I am so ready to go, so ready to serve and serve these people that are going to be in there in the coaching program. And I'm so excited. My first time coaching, and she walked me right through it. And this is not the first time that Carrie Marie has coached me through something stupendous. So in March, I chose to write my first book. And when I got on with Carrie Marie, I was at a 3. There was no way I was going to be able to write a book in 2 months. Wasn't going to happen. Just no way, not going to happen. And Carrie Marie coached me through it from a 3 to a 10. And during that, she challenged me to get it done in a week less time than what I had set. And I did it. The book was complete the day that she said. I was at a 10. It was simple. It was easy. It flowed as if somebody else was writing it. And she took me through that. If you're even thinking about it, I'm telling you, don't wait. Do not wait. Sign up to work with Carrie Marie. She has got a heart of gold. She will walk you through every step, and she will take you from wherever you are and all of those weird feelings everywhere, take you to a 10, and you will feel empowered and ready to go after you've worked with her. I love her, and I will do this again because I can already hear there's going to be more things that I need to align to. Check it out. Don't wait.
So that was the lovely Christine. And
my name is Christine.
Almost clicked it again. I'm so proud of her. She's doing amazing things, and it brings me such pleasure to be able to get her past those things that were holding her back. And so have you ever felt like you're going through, these motions of life, but you're feeling stuck, you're feeling overwhelmed and so far from where you want to be in life, or maybe you're scared to move forward in life. So that's okay. There's so many of us who feel like that. And many of the people who I work with have felt like that in the past. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine where each step you take moves you closer to the life you dream of. That vision that you had, that vision that you're brainstorming around, all of those different areas of your life, of the person that you want to be, who you want to become, all the things you want to experience, what you want your life to be like. Where overwhelming days are transformed into a balanced, fulfilling life full of energy and purpose. Just picture that. How amazing that would be. That can happen. So you can open your eyes now if you want. You don't have to keep them closed, but just want you to imagine that. So the Empowered Living Academy group coaching program is your answer to a transformative journey. So if you don't end up getting in and working one-on-one with me, this is your key to be able to transform you. This journey that you're on. It's where you can rediscover your inner strength, align your life with your deepest desires, and step into your power. So you want to start feeling or you want to stop feeling stuck, and you want to start feeling empowered. So I can help you, just like I've helped Badra, Jen, Dawn, Christine, and so many others. So in the Empowered Living Academy, you can experience the fusion of career success, family joy, and personal fulfillment. You can rejuvenate your life with personalized self-care routines I provide to you, and cutting-edge time management strategies, because that's a big one for many, many people who run into time management. And you'll see why we call it, you'll see what I mention, time management, because we don't really manage time, actually. It should be called priority management, actually. So prioritize your well-being while mastering the art of balance. Again, balance is in quotes because balance can mean different things for everybody, and nothing is fully balanced, but it's what makes you happy. You're in balance when you are happy. So also harness practical tools like Essential Self-Care Plan. I literally give you the plan to help you to improve your self-care, time sculpting for life, and a Balance Blitz boot camp. All of those are included. Achieve harmonious, my goodness, can tell it's getting to my bedtime, cannot speak right now, harmonious energy, success, and happiness in every aspect of your life. And going from feeling overwhelmed and stressed to feeling free and balanced. And in addition to that, I'm throwing in another bonus that I did not mention when I put together my slides, but I already have it in there and ready for you in the Empowered Living Academy. And that is 10 prayers for getting unstuck. So anytime you're feeling any bit of unstuck, any bit of stuck, you can say one of these prayers. And there's different ones for different situations. So depending on where you feel like you're stuck, or if you're not even sure if you are stuck, but there's different things that are bothering you, these prayers are going to be perfect for you. And they're already put together and ready for you as a bonus as soon as you get started. So all of the modules and all of the live group sessions, which I do once live every single month, and I throw in a bonus one here and there. And so those are the group coaching sessions, plus all the bonuses. And there's a lot of bonuses in there. There's even an empowered music list that you can just pop on if you need to just boost your mood right away. You could just pop on this mood boosting playlist and dance around the house and shift your mood from yucky to feeling amazing. So, oh yes, and I did add it in here. I thought that I had forgotten to add it in here, the getting unstuck prayers. So all of this that you get, there's so much stuff in there. It's actually valued at $6,995, and that's just a rough estimate as if you break everything down. And so it's normally only $97.99 a month. Okay, but as your gift for attending, I asked you to stay tuned for the end for your gift for attending. You can get a month of the Empowered Living Academy for only $10. Only $10. That's it. So you can get in and literally start transforming your life immediately for only $10. I mean, what do we spend $10 on? I'm pretty sure that like Starbucks coffee is $10, right? It seems like it. Every time I've been there, I was like, what? For coffee? But anyway, so you can do this by going to building-upward.com/ELA, and you can use this discount code. So it's GU10 for the $10. And GU stands for getting unstuck, by the way. So if you're trying to remember this, but I'll keep it up on my screen for a few minutes. So GU10 ELA 2024. That's the year. I'm going to see if I can pop that link up on my screen as well. Let's see if I'm able to do that. Give me just a sec. There we go. I think I've got it. I don't have the code up there though. Oh, so maybe, am I covering it up? if I'm covering it up, I'll pop the code into the comments as well. So give me just a sec here so I can type it out. But please feel free to drop a comment, drop any kind of questions you have as we're finishing up tonight. All right, so there's that. And then the code GU10ELA 2024. And ELA stands for, oh wait, where was I just typing? I don't know where I was just typing. It went nowhere. ELA stands for Empowered Living Academy. Colleen, yes, we always need to take time for ourselves. Absolutely. Yes, for sure. It's absolutely important. So all of the Empowered Living Academy modules, the monthly live group coaching sessions, the bonuses, it's not the $6,995. It's not the $98 a month that it normally is. It's only $10 for one month for you. Okay, that's just for you hanging out here, watching this to the end. This is not available to anyone else. So if they see this, or I mean, you're welcome to share it with other people if you love people that you want to share this with. So imagine going from feeling overwhelmed and stuck to feeling empowered and in control. Just picture that. So join the Empowered Living Academy and start your journey from uncertainty to unstoppable confidence. Woo! Here we go. I'll pop it up again, and you can go ahead and start your journey to a happier, healthier, more empowered you. And I am so excited for you. So excited for you on this journey to become unstuck and to become empowered and start taking control of your life in every aspect of it, and just start living happier, healthier, more abundant, and purposeful in your life. So excited for you. And thank you so much for hopping on tonight. It's been such a pleasure to join you this evening. And I hope that these tips and tricks help you out in helping you to move from being stuck to taking some action. And you can take even more action in the Empowered Living Academy. I'm going to leave this up on my screen for just a few more minutes so that you can grab this. But I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to drop a comment and let me know what you're going to be doing to take action right now. I want to know. I want you to hold yourself accountable by putting in a comment of what you're going to do right now. Are you going to be starting to do your brainstorming? Are you going to start to schedule in some action steps? Are you going to hop into the Empowered Living Academy? I want you to drop a comment and let me know what you're doing. And then I'm going to check in with you. I want to make sure you're doing what you say you're going to do, because that's important. And that's the great thing about being in the Empowered Living Academy, is that we can use that as a form of accountability to each other. We see each other on a live Zoom every single month, but then we're also in a group all together all the time. So you can feel free to ask questions, share information, share your feedback, and how things are going along the way. And the cool thing is you can also go at your own pace. So you don't have to feel like you have to do everything all at once. You take it little by little and start implementing the different things that you're learning. So I am so excited for you. I cannot wait to work with you. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your evening, and I will see you around soon.